Is there a story from your time with the Jets that's positive that you can share on the podcast that may or may not involve me and you in it?
I would say, and this is probably why I love Matt so much. We happen to be eating lunch, and I have no idea. This is when Instagram was first becoming a thing. Well, I wouldn't say it made it bad. Not when it first became a thing, but when it was really starting to take off. And I happened to be scrolling and was scrolling and probably looking at I was looking at something I wasn't supposed to be looking at on Instagram. And Matt came up behind me and was like, "Man, is that what you really need to be looking at?"
Wow.
And from that time on, the thing is, I actually deleted Instagram. I mean, I have it, but I don't have it on my phone. Every time I think about what I'm scrolling and looking at, I always happen to be thinking about Matt Forte coming up behind me and checking me, holding me accountable. It was positive. I mean, it wasn't a lot of positive things
No,
that
that's
happened that
good.
year,
That's
but
good.
it was positive. But that's my Matt Forte story that I will never ever forget, and one that I hold very near and dear because it really did. Um, I think sometimes the Bible talks about the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. Sometimes you can get away with a lot, but when you have somebody that's holding you accountable and being there real time, it does go a long ways and it does help. So that'll be my Matt Forte story, but that's one that I hold near and dear.
Yeah, no, that's good. And that's honestly being on the other side of pro sports now. That's something that you love, and that actually, holding your brother accountable, which I would have responded the same way had you done the same, with me.
Yeah.
And it fosters that brother. Like, I look at you like like a brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you never lose that. We could not see each other for 2 years, and then at a
Yeah.
conference come up, and it's like we haven't missed a day. And
Yeah.
that's just some of the things that you can't explain it, but
Yeah.
Lord has wired us that way. I appreciate the times that we spent together, and just like the conversations we would have
Yeah.
about in those, because especially in tough seasons, like there's a lot of tough seasons if you're a Jets player or fan, or a Bears player or fan, uh, and you need moments like that, of that
That's true.
community, to
Yeah.
sharpen each other as iron sharpens iron.
Without question. Without question.
Do you remember that, by the way, Matt, doing that?
I
What,
don't.
you
I
don't
don't.
remember?
No.
Yeah. But that's awesome
I
to
don't know.
me.
I feel like, but I'm like, I know that's definitely me. Walking into the lunchroom, and I'm just kind of, I don't know. The Lord just, sometimes I'm just like, he places you in strategic places and times and stuff, and that's how he's everywhere. It's like he might have placed me there, like, hey, that's your old lineman. Like, you got a good relationship with him. Talk to him about, what I just allowed you to see. So I definitely am somebody like that who would be unashamed to say, "Hey,
Yeah.
man, come on, hey, what we doing?"
That's about a relationship that you guys had too, where you felt like you could do that. I'm guessing, Matt, you weren't doing that with every player that you walk by. Maybe you would, I don't know. But like, you're not walking by every player, and if you see somebody saying something or doing something, you're not calling them out. But there's a relationship that you and Kelvin had where you felt like the Lord was saying, I can speak into this, and I think he'll hear this, he'll receive this.
Mhm.
We were in the same places. We would be in Bible study in the morning,
Mhm.
and we would be in chapel before games, and
Mhm.
we would, prayer in the shower before the game with everybody. That sounded weird, but everybody goes into the shower with their uniforms on and prays before we go out on the field. So just to
Yes.
clarify that.
Thank you for the explanation.
um, so yeah, we would. There's a familiarity part, but at the same
Yeah.
time too, sometimes God does call you to speak to somebody who may just need to hear His voice through you.
Mm.
So,
Mhm.
I think it's about meeting people where they are too.
Yeah.
Uh, when you talk about the woman at the well, like the Lord sat down with her and didn't chastise her or beat her over the head because of what her life has been, but He saw her, and she said, "Come, see a man who knew everything about me." Basically, He knew
Mhm.
me. And when you get to know somebody, you can speak the truth in love, which is what Paul talks about. And you don't want to,
Mhm.
because you can abuse people with the truth. and that'll scare people away from the kingdom of God, which is not what we don't. That's what we don't want to do.